So now we talked about staff productivity, and we looked at how you can roll out Copilot Chat and get your staff using AI. And then, it's a really good way of introducing agents after that. So if you don't do that initial part, it's going to be very challenging for a staff to use those agents successfully and to drive adoption. So from a business point of view, so we know that things like ChatGPT and public LLMs have data leakage and privacy, and Chris talked a lot about that. And then, of course, if you roll out Copilot, the paid version, it does have access to what you have access to within your organization, but there could be challenges like oversharing and quality. So, but then there are use cases where how can we address specific business functions? So not just staff productivity, but specific business functions. So things like knowledge management, question and answer, IT support, policy and compliance. So there's a lot of use cases that we are seeing from a customer point of view, specific business cases. It could be, how you are responding to customer queries. It could be how you are classifying those queries. It could be, HR policies you need to review. It could be a work flow. So that's where the business functions AI can have real value. So use cases. So from a lot of sessions from customers. Everyone looked at their use case last year and maybe looked at specific use cases and deployed them maybe, or done POCs or pilots associated with that. But now it's about time to reassess it. Why you need to reassess it? Things have changed. Things are changing. Some of those models of pricing may have changed. Some of those business cases that thought were too costly may be cost effective now. And some of those things that you thought they were going to give you ROI may not be anymore. So assess like a portfolio. Categorize them into what's going to give you value and what's going to need to go or needs to be reassessed, and really get hold of cost and spend. And because that's one of the biggest challenges going forward. It's great to have a nice chatbot doing things or giving you responses. Is it really going to give you value? Design for adoption, and then think about agents where you can embed into workflows with guardrails. This is an example of a very simple example of spreadsheet that you can use to assess. So basically, whether it's internal, external, what is your priority, whether you have the data available, is it urgent, is it value? So something like this. There are a number of these available. It's be really good to just initially look at, assess your use cases, and see if they're the right ones to choose. Okay. Now, I'm going to hand over to Chris to talk a little bit around the governance side.
We'll pause for a second. We do have a question
Okay.
from Lauren. So
yes,
I'll pass on this to you, Raji. What is the recommended approach to getting to setting up guardrails for Copilot Chat, i.e. AI config, policy, etc.? Who should the business owner be for this?
Okay, good question. So we actually have an engagement that helps organizations review what they have, because Copilot settings are in a number of different places within your M365 environment. So that's more like a deeper conversation. Happy to have a chat around that. We have an offer specific around enabling the right settings, the right guardrails, just to, if you are rolling out Copilot Chat, and things like, do you want to enable personal agents and lots of different settings, and not just that from a consumption point of view as well, if you want to build capabilities. Service owner, look, typically it comes from IT services who owns M365 environment, but because if you are rolling this out on a wider scale, but you need to get governance and also even HR involved in some of these capabilities, because we are putting the power to the users. So happy to chat about it. We have a specific offer help you roll out Copilot Chat safely, including the literacy piece.